What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is that I make a nice amount of videos arguing against LeBron James critics, right? And a lot of people ask me, why you always defending LeBron James? Well, because there are more than enough channels that have been dedicated to trashing LeBron James on YouTube. Guys have made YouTube careers out of trashing LeBron James. Journalists have made careers out of trashing LeBron James. Like, I'm talking about, they had careers before, but their career went to astronomical levels off of their slander of LeBron James. YouTubers for sure. Like, I know several channels whose sole content, they talk about LeBron James more than they talk about their favorite players. Because they know it will drive in ratings. If you trash LeBron James, it will bring in mega ratings, because conservatives hate LeBron James. They despise LeBron James, right? And conservatives rule YouTube right now. It's the same reason why you see a lot of black music reactors on YouTube. They will act like racism is a figment of our imagination. They will downplay racism from obviously racist people. And, you know, they will downplay racist undertones and overtones in music and act like it doesn't bother them, because they know that will get conservatives on their side. They will get conservatives to clap it up for them and buy into their channel and create revenue, right? You'll see a lot of certain YouTubers reacting to black YouTubers reacting to Thomas Sowell and Candace Owens, and, you know, and again, downplaying racism. I mean, to the heavens above. You'll see people reacting to videos where, you know, acting like, you'll see black YouTubers reacting to videos where they're discussing racism being a minuscule problem in society, and they all keep reacting to that content. Because, again, conservatives rule YouTube. And so when you know that, you'll keep making LeBron James hate content because it drives in revenue. I'm a man who stands firm on my square. I don't care about, you know, let me just talk about, I'm not going to hate somebody just because it brings in views. If I don't like somebody, or I dislike something, is genuinely how I feel, and I have my reasons for it. So, as you all know, I never make this a secret. LeBron James is my favorite player. LeBron has been my favorite player since I was about 12 years old. He came in when I was 11 in 2003. By the time I was 12, I knew he was that real deal by the end of that first season, right? But a lot of times, too, I'm arguing against a lot of LeBron James critics because they apply stipulations to LeBron James, or they grant asterisks to him that they wouldn't put on other all-time Pantheon great players or other great players during LeBron James' era. What do I mean by that? I had a brother in my video that I made a video a couple days ago. Was it a day ago or 2 days ago? Discussing the hypocrisy of LeBron James haters, right? And a brother brought up that, you know, LeBron don't even play all 82 games as a way to downplay his career or downplay the championships that he's won, right? And I'm like, again, so many historically great players won championships and didn't play all 82 games. Why is that now a requirement for LeBron James championships to count? It makes no sense, right? As a matter of fact, let's pull this up. LeBron James won 4 championships. In the years he won 4 championships, played 62 games, the first championship. And that was and mind you, 62 games out of a 66 game season. That was the year of the NBA lockout, where 66 games was the maximum they could play. He missed 4 games that year. The second championship, he played 76 games. He missed 5 games that year, right? The fourth championship, 76 games, missed 5 games that year, right? The last championship, he played 67 games after getting injured. I believe at one point during that season, he got injured. He played 67 games, right? Now, let's look at other great Pantheon great players or other players during his era. Steph Curry, one championship, his third championship, he only played 51 games. Nobody takes that championship away from Steph. The last championship he won, he played 64 games. Nobody takes that championship away from Steph because he didn't play all 82 games. Kobe Bean Bryant, his first year, he won the championship 1999 to 2000. Kobe played 66 games that year, right? Nobody discounts that championship. And that was a championship where Shaquille O'Neal was clearly the most dominant player on that team. And you still have people acting like Kobe was the one that got them all the way through. And but anyway, right? The second year Kobe Bean Bryant won the championship, he played 68 games that year, right? Nobody takes that championship away from him. When I look at other, let me see, because there's other players too that this can apply to. But I know for those individuals in particular, they try to discount those championships that he's won. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? What are we talking about, right? Playing all 82 games, while that is something admirable, that does not make you more or less of a champion, right? Especially when you're LeBron James. LeBron has not played less than 65 games in an 80 during the years he won a championship. During the years he won a championship, he has not played less than 65 games in a 82 game season. Did I say 5 games? 82. I said he missed 6 games a year. Anyway, right? Because it's 82 games. I'm acting like it's 81. 82 games. He missed 6 games a year when he played 76 games. My math good. Yeah. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. In an 82 game season, LeBron James has not played less than 65 games in a year he won a championship. Now, the first year he played 62 games because it was only 66 games to play that season. Other than that, all the other years he won a championship, all the other years he didn't play less than 65 games. But now, because he didn't play all 82 games, he's taking the shortcut, right? I seen a guy say this. What do you say? LeBron James, LA rings don't. So this is another thing too. People always say the bubble ring does not count. And here's my problem with that. I always say, why doesn't it count? LeBron James won that championship under the same conditions. Everybody played under the same conditions. And he won a championship that year. Right? Everybody played under the same conditions. And he won a chip that year. Right? And now it don't count? Why? Because I know, had Kawhi Leonard won, y'all would give him all the praise in the world. Had anybody else won that championship, it would have been A-okay. But because it's LeBron James, we have to discount that championship. It don't count because the fans weren't involved. If Michael Jordan would have won a championship in the bubble, nobody, and I repeat, nobody would say he only got 6 rings. Y'all would say he won 7 if he played in the bubble. If Kobe Bean Bryant would have won that championship in a bubble, nobody, I repeat, nobody would say he only has 5 rings. Y'all would say he has 6, right? That's what it would come down to. You would not discount Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan for winning in the bubble at all the way you do LeBron James. And see, that's my problem. It's so much moving of the goalposts to lobby hate in LeBron James' direction. So much. Like, the goalpost moves for him because you don't like him. But had your favorite won that championship, it would have been okay. Right? So let's get back to the other arguments I heard. One brother said the LA ring does not count because it was a shortened season. And he also said his first ring in Miami was a shortened season too. Well, brother, are we going to eliminate the championship that Tim Duncan won in 1999 because they only played 50 games that season because it was an NBA lockout? They played less games than LeBron James did in that lockout season. They only played 50 games in the 99 season. And when the Spurs won that year, nobody says, oh, Tim only got 4 rings. You give the great Tim Duncan credit because everybody played under the same conditions and he was the one, him and his team came out on top. Nobody says, oh, Greg Popovich only got 4 rings. That ring in the lockout season don't count. But because of LeBron James, the shortened season, it counts against him. But nobody else. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? It's ridiculous, you know? It's like this is the thing. People will say stuff like that. Oh, he didn't play he played in a shortened season, so his ring don't count. But they will never tell you that, they don't put certain stipulations where their favorite players could be eliminated, right? Right? They won't say you got to shoot at minimum 40% for every season during your career to be an all-time great. because that would eliminate the great Kobe Bean Bryant. Because Kobe had a year where he shot 35% from the field, which is horrible. It's abysmal, right? They will never tell you that oh, Kobe, you got to shoot 35% from the field. Hold on, let's see. I'm sorry. Yeah, 35%. 36, what is that? 30? Yeah, 35% he shot in his last season. The season before that, he shot 37% from the field, which is horrific, right? But they will never tell you that a Pantheon great player has to shoot 40% for all his career, because then Kobe Bryant can be left out of that conversation. You get what I'm saying? They will never tell you that a Pantheon great has to be Finals MVP in all the championships they win, because we know that would eliminate Kobe Bean Bryant from the Pantheon great conversation. Because he, out of the 5 rings, he only got 2 NBA Finals MVPs. They will never tell you that a Pantheon great player has to have more than 1 league MVP, right? Because, again, that would eliminate Kobe Bean Bryant from the conversation. You see what I'm saying? They put all these stipulations on LeBron James' career. He can't do this. He got to do this. He got to do that. He can't team hop. They will never tell you certain things about about Kobe Bean Bryant. They will never put them stipulations on Kobe. You know, even because people always say, well, you know, Kobe should have won the year when Steve Nash won. Most Pantheon great players got at least 3 league MVPs. Again, if you give him the one with Steve Nash, he only got 2. You see what I'm saying? So people always put all these qualifiers on LeBron James wins, or put these asterisks next to his wins that they wouldn't apply to the careers of their favorite players. You know what I mean? So let's get to the reason why I'm a LeBron James fan, okay? Again, LeBron James came in the league when I was 11 years old. At that point, my favorite players were Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Shaquille O'Neal. At that time, who else I was a fan of around that time? Ray Allen. Loved Ray. So those were my favorite guys. I see an 18-year-old young man coming into the league, and I had the cognitive development at that age to recognize this young boy he changing his family life. I see his mama at the games on ESPN. I don't see his daddy nowhere around. His father not in his life. Now, my father was in my life all the way, every step of the way. But I see this young brother elevating his mama and them out of poverty. Now, granted, at that point, I'm sure they would give some little funds at that point. But his mama and them, LeBron was bouncing around his whole youth, from house to house, couch surfing because his mother, he didn't have a stable situation at home. His mother was getting put out of places. Mama didn't really have no money. Now you see him have a rags to riches story to elevate his whole entire family, right? I see this young brother get a $90 million shoe contract from Nike, something we ain't never seen before. And when he goes to the press conference for after when it's announced that he getting ready to go to the league and he gonna sign with Nike, you see nothing but his he putting his friends around him, the same friends who are now running Clutch Sports. Them the dudes he went to the podium with, Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, his teammates from St. Vincent St. Mary. He had them all the way with him, all the way. He had all of them with him, right? These are black men that he elevated in that position. I'm recognizing as a kid, he got his homeboys around him. I want to be able to take my friends with me if I get some money, right? I want to be able to elevate my people out of poverty. As a young black kid that was living on Section 8 and all of that in the hoods of Chicago, right? And then I see the camaraderie he has with his teammates. When he got put on the cover of them magazines, he made them put St. Vincent St. Mary on the cover with him. He made them feature Sheon Cotton, Drew Joyce, what's the other boy name? Willie, was it Willie McGee? What was the teammate name? Willie, Romeo Travis. He made them feature his teammates in that article because them was his brothers, right? And that type of personality is something that I connect to. You know, I always wanted to elevate my friends, and I always been loving, have a loving bond with my friends and my brothers, right? I seen LeBron be ingratiating to younger people around him and show them love and embrace them. He wasn't no a-hole to his teammates, and I'm going to say this, people romanticize this part of Kobe Bryant. Kobe was an a-hole to his teammates. You can talk about LeBron leaving teams, but Kobe Bryant told Smush Parker he didn't have enough accolades to even speak to him. A young man who's just trying to find his footing in the league, averaging, Smush was not trash during the years with the Lakers. He averaged almost 12 points a game, right? Which is nice for like a pro, especially coming in. Young kid playing along Kobe Bryant from Fordham University, from a mid-major for real. You know, but people always try to trash Smush because Kobe didn't like Smush. Smush, I watched them play that year. Smush wasn't terrible at all. Kobe told him he didn't have enough accolades to even speak to him, right? Kobe is the same person who didn't speak to Jeremy Lin, according to Jeremy Lin, and the other people, and Nick Young just said it on Vlad TV, didn't speak to him because Jeremy would not let him hold him. Kobe wanted to hold Jeremy, and Jeremy would not let him do that. So he didn't want to speak to him, right? The same Kobe Bean Bryant, again, I always say this because I'm just being for real. That's why I didn't connect to Kobe as a person, because I knew that was his personality. He was very sociopathic. All-time great player, but like Michael Jordan, very sociopathic. The way Michael Jordan belittled and trashed Chameleonaire, you can look at that YouTube story, like he was next to nothing. That I could never resonate with that. The way Michael Jordan told the stewardess that Horace Grant did not deserve to eat on a plane. Mate told him don't give him no food because he didn't play well enough. Like he that man daddy, right? Horace should have took his head off his shoulder as soon as he said that. Smush Parker should have checked Kobe immediately. I'm telling you, Kobe with my Chicago Black Daddy, I promise you, I probably would have been out the league. Kobe said something like that to me. We would have been fighting, you know? But I never connected to that personality type because I was always a cool dude. My homies love me. To this day, they ain't, you know what I mean? They respect me though. They know I ain't no goofy, no sucker, in no aspect. But I never was a dude that felt like I had to be an a-hole to survive my environment. I grew up in the hoods of Chicago, Illinois. A lot of different hoods. Like I tell you all the time, gang-infested neighborhoods. But I always knew I didn't have to be an a-hole to survive my environment and be a champion within it, right? That's why I connected with LeBron James, because he wasn't an a-hole to his friends, to teammates. He wasn't belittling to them. Like, he wasn't like talking to them like they were scum. Yeah, he got into shouting matches at times with Mario Chalmers or whatever, right? Shouting matches with Kevin Love. But he wasn't belittling to them to act like they were the scum of the earth at the bottom of their shoe, right? I seen Kobe Bryant trash a young girl, Gigi's age, because she didn't come to the basketball game he was coaching because she had a dance recital. And Kobe went on social media throwing subliminals at her for going to the dance and at a little child. I never connected to that personality. I'm a person, I don't have to be vile to elevate myself and be big time. I never felt like that. Even in the harsh environments that I came from with gangbangers and all that, I don't have to be vile to elevate myself. I'm gonna get love regardless, because that's just I'm not a hateful person. I show love to the shorties around me. When my status in the social hierarchy started to elevate, when I was in high school, you know, I was prom king in high school. It didn't start out that way for me. I was always chill. I was Mr. Mississippi Valley State University at my school. I was in leadership positions throughout high school and college, and I never trashed or belittled people. I never talk to them crazy, because I ain't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Unless if you disrespect me, we gonna go all the way there. Chicago, Illinois, Southside, really gonna get down with you. I'm gonna really show that to you without question. But I never had to be that way to be big time. I never had to be vile to elevate myself, and that's why I rock with LeBron. You don't got to be vile and hateful and be denigrating to people in order to be great. He can smile and have fun and be ingratiating to his teammates and still be great and be ingratiating to the young boys on the team. I was ingratiating to the young shorties around me in college. They rocked with me because they knew I was going to take them under my wing and I was going to be cool with them. Young shorty want to be Mr. Mississippi Valley State University one day. I'm going to be cool with you. I'm not going to be talking to you crazy, talking down to you, right? And in the jungle that I grew up in Chicago, I was Ned Stark and Jon Snow, right? I'm not Jamie Lannister. Well, what Jamie used to be at first, right? I'm not Jamie Lannister. I'm not Tywin Lannister. I don't have to be vile and do heinous things to get to the top or treat people heinously. You feel me? Now Ned Stark died, you know, but I ain't no fool or no goofy. I would never told Cersei Lannister that I knew she had babies with her brother and all that. I'd have got my ducks in a row behind the scenes. But you know, I was always operating in integrity and honorable stuff with my friends and treating them right like Jon Snow and Ned Stark. That's why I relate to LeBron James. Peace.